Can you imagine a moment of hysteria? Can you imagine the Hunger Games? Can you imagine 3 days, 3 nights of darkness? Can you imagine that Satan has finally got America to a brink/breaking point where now he could possibly implement 666 digital system, mark of the beast, social credit score. And a big part of this planned script is government shutdown. I know that's a lot. But last night I went to bed and I had some thoughts, and I want to share those with you because I did a video on this government shutdown yesterday in relation to November 1st. And it hit me. Pearson, snake eyes. It's in the eyes. Snake eyes. Many of you all know, those of you all who have been following my channel, once the Pope died on April 21st, I began to see something. Because April 21st, again, when the Pope died, that's the 111th day of the year. Now, I got to give a shout out to Joseph Aquaviva 2222. Many of you all know him. Give a shout out. Joseph. I know, right? Aqua Viva 2222. He was one of the first to bring up the snake eyes point. He might have been the first. I don't know what video it is. Maybe he'll put in the comment section. But I believe he's the first one that made me think and give me pause about April 11th, the day the Pope died, and 111. He's done exclusive research on the Charlie Kirk, and I believe it was one of those videos. He's probably done about 20-something videos on the Charlie Kirk, and I believe it was one of those videos where he mentioned the 111 and the snake eyes alleged connection. It's all in the eyes. People, I did not know the depthness of what God was trying to tell me when I started saying to you guys on my last channel and this one, we're back in the garden. Yes, we're back in the garden. We are back in the garden. And what was in the garden? A snake. And the Bible says in the book of Ecclesiastes, there's nothing new under the sun. Paraphrase, things evolve and revolve. They continue to cycle and they season. So I don't think that it's an accident that we're coming up with what's in the eyes. What am I getting at? People, not only is there hysteria, watch this again.
Everybody, grab what you can. Y'all, they cut off the food stamps this morning. Government shutdown, got folks losing it. Look at this. They done rushed the whole store. Shelves clearing out like it's the end of the...
Not only is it a possibility of hysteria, watch this also.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the off for November. Y'all better stay out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with cars that I'm not paying for. Trump, if you want start looting, what's gonna happen? Before my kids bumped up like Jack, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my swipe out my car, as soon as that ain't no hit the balance on there, I want to walk the out. And I'm gonna have one of my cousins with me that'll punch up so hard you gonna think a jet too hard they hit your. And you think I ain't gonna walk up that stuff. And please follow me to that motherfucker. If you feel it, motherfucker, you ain't gonna make it back to your mother kitchen at that Walmart store. I'm telling you. You wanna take some link? But I'm gonna be tapped already. Watch this. Something.
111 is snake eyes. 111 is snake eyes. 111 is snake eyes. On November 1st, Illinois residents could lose SNAP benefits on 11/1. They're telling us, people. They're telling us that the Hunger Games, they're seasoning the atmosphere. 111. Snake eyes. We're back in the garden. I pray you're getting it. The snake is back. And the goal is 666. The goal is social credit score. The goal is mark of the beast. Let me know how you feel in the comment section, because I'm going to reveal some things for you. I want to go through this thing methodically, but I wanted to set this up so you can understand that we're back in the garden. November 1st, out of all the dates in the 365 years, 365 days, why did they choose November 1st? Think about it. Why did they choose November 1st? 11/1. People, it's Snake Eyes Day. It's Snake Eyes Day. The quickest route to the mark of the beast and the cashless society and the digital is the absence of food, and then create panic, shut it down, put a curfew on the stores, and eventually don't even restock the stores and bring whole lot of other calamities. And then you'll seal the deal and we'll go into the cashless society. Tell me what you think. Now let's go a little bit further.
After November 1st, food stamps gonna be cut off because of the government shutdown. Let me tell you something. My pride has always been so high. I don't know how many of you are so comfortable or were so comfortable with being on government assistance as many years as you have been. A lot of y'all done got lazy. Yeah, I know a lot of you gonna be in my comments. I'm gonna block your ass. Government assistance there should be a time frame, whether it's food stamps, Section 8. It should be a time frame on it. Yes, I understand that people need help. Yeah, if I needed help, yeah, I would have used those services. But I would have used it temporary. That would have been my motivation to want more in life. I don't understand a lot of y'all.
What do you think? These assistant programs, whatever they are, they weren't created for you to stay on them for generations. And when I say generations, there are many Americans whose parents were on it. I'm not talking about those who had accidents or disability or Social Security or veterans who have been injured. I ain't got no problem with that. Handicap, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people who are fine and for whatever reason just want to keep milking the system. So do you agree with her? You do it for a season. and use it as a building block to get off and become a more productive citizen.
I just seen a lady on my For You page saying that if Trump cuts off their food stamps, they're going in the store and they taking everything. Lady, America has y'all in Hunger Games on purpose. Once you take everything out the stores, they're not going to refill them shelves. So when they don't refill them shelves, then it's going to be the people against the people.
Think about what she just said. Is that the plan? November 1st, in Snake Eyes, they're leading us to 666. That's what it is. Tell me what you think. The Food Stamp Act was signed into law August 31st, 1964. Watch this. August 31st, 2025 anniversary of the Food Stamp Act. President Trump's last birthday, 6/14/2025. The difference is 79 days. Trump is 79 years old. I'm going to say it again. The Food Stamp Act went into law in 1964. The anniversary is August 31st, 2025. Trump's last birthday is 6/14. Between Trump's last birthday and the anniversary of the Food Stamp Act is 79 days. And Trump is 79 years old. Is that an accident? It's deep, y'all. I tell you, when God make you think, it just pours out of you. Now let's go into some other aspects of this thing.
Food stamps.
Eddie says he stopped by DHS the Monday after his SNAP EBT card was hacked.
They gave me a new card, a new PIN number, but nobody could tell me exactly when I was going to get reimbursed.
Eddie isn't alone. DHS Special Agent in Charge Michael Adams says in October, thieves used around 13 skimmers to steal about $4 million in SNAP benefits from Oklahomans.
If you're looking at a point of sale device that has a skimmer, it's almost impossible to tell there's a skimmer on there. All the states are being impacted by this. Oklahoma, for the past month, has had around 10,000 victims that's had their money stolen off their EBT account so far.
This is a big thing, and like he said, it's nationwide. I believe they got to continue to report, give you certain news to justify doing what? To justify bringing in a new economic system, because the current system can be hacked. Do you understand? They're hitting us on all fronts, allegedly. Now, what can be done? I said about a month ago, this is time for churches to stand up, or synagogues to stand up, or religious institutions to stand up, because this government, people, it appears it's going to get worse. I pray the government shutdown doesn't happen. But listen to this here.
For SNAP recipients, when do those take effect, and what are the details of that? Yeah, so the other things that we are contending that were included in the reconciliation bill that was passed a bit earlier this summer is new work requirements, and Illinois' work requirement waiver actually was revoked last week, 3 months early. So that means now, come November, around 450,000 Illinois participants across Illinois could lose their SNAP benefits if they're not able to satisfy work requirements, and that is around working 20 hours a week or 80 hours a month in order to continue receiving their SNAP benefits. And if they're not able to, they only receive 3 months of SNAP benefits in a period of 3 years.
So what do you think about that? I don't know if it applies to everybody, handicap or whatever. Again, I have empathy for those who have legit issues, especially when it's physical ailments. But is this a good program to be required to work at least 20 hours a week? That way, you will have an incentive to go back to work, or at least you've earned part of the money that you're receiving. Changes signed into law by President Trump in July 2025 are projected to cause up to 4 million people to lose or have their SNAP benefits substantially cut. So that's July. But now we got November 1st, 111.
Up here at 11, starting today, millions of Americans could see their grocery budget shrink. The largest cut to food stamp benefits in U.S. history is now in effect, and officials estimate 2.4 million people will qualify each month. 2.4 million fewer people will qualify each month for those benefits. Fox 13's Evan Moon looked at the impacts of the changes to the SNAP program.
40 million Americans use SNAP benefits, and Florida has one of the highest enrollments. But with new work requirements, many could lose access. I spoke with local food banks like the one behind me that worry families could go hungry. 3 million Floridians are estimated to be using SNAP, 12% of the state's population, providing groceries to low-income families.
I only had $23 in food stamps, and I had to make that scratch, and it was not enough whatsoever. Still got the same story, but it was nothing else. It's very hard to figure out how I'm gonna feed my son and my daughter every night.
On average, it's about $6.12 a day, but starting this week, millions will lose eligibility.
There are children that will not have access to healthy food, right? There are families that will struggle to put good, healthy food on their tables. These have long-term repercussions.
Harsher requirements could put more strain on nonprofit food kitchens like Feeding Tampa Bay.
We're already looking after 1 million folks every day who need our support across the 10 counties we serve. They're already struggling. This will add several 100,000 new folks to our care.
The new work requirements...
There it is. People, my heart bleeds, but by the same token, those who have utilized this program and abused it, you're gonna have to get yourself together ASAP, because the walls are closing in. The walls are closing in. The government, to me, is a giant setup artist. It'll let the thing go 3, 5, 10, maybe a generation, maybe 2 generations. Then once you get used to it, and once they have X amount of million people caught up in it, so to speak, and you think you've been slick, then they lower the boom. In a sense, it's not the government's fault. You're supposed to be wise when you take a handout or some assistance. And again, I'm not talking about those who have legitimate. I'm talking about those who have been abusing it.
Begin facilitating these work requirements. There are already federal work requirements for SNAP. The House version of the Great Big Beautiful Bill Act, the one currently under review by the Senate, does include changes to SNAP work requirements. And these proposed changes include expanding the age range for general SNAP work requirements to over the age of 17 and under the age of 65. It was previously over 15 and under 60. It also changes the exemption from work requirements for parents caring for young children from under 6 to under 7 years old. This is just a summary of some of the key work requirements policy changes within the budget reconciliation bill, and this could change in the Senate, and if it does.
So I use this as an example. Of course, this was early in the year, but I want to show you guys how this thing gradually has been put out there. Now, you guys really did respond to my video, and I want to read some of those comments here. I appreciate the comments you guys put out there. We'll start with, right off the bat, Live, Laugh, Love, 4646. I have been telling our people that the Democrats and Republicans behind the scenes are all friends. What they are doing is dividing the American people to not come together to over blank the government. They are behind the scenes laughing at the American people, struggling to get what they want. People, start taking care of your families, yourselves, while you can. And like I wanted to say earlier, synagogues and churches, these millionaire churches, you guys are gonna have to stack up. You're gonna have to look, if it gets worse, if they close down this thing, these $1 million churches, you're gonna have to help start feeding more and more if you're not doing it at all, okay? Person put here, digital ID is coming. Can't decline it in society if most are divided. So people, you guys are speaking to this situation here. We are a country with over 60% obesity rate. I've eaten just once a day for decades, and I am of normal weight. They have conditioned us to believe we need to eat 3 times a day. Most of us can skip a meal. Those that steal will always be poor in discipline and spirit. Then people commented. Now people, some of you guys know I do have a handicap. I almost died 10 years ago because I had a brain aneurysm. I still have it to a certain degree. Well, ain't no certain degree. If I tell you what's going on with me, it's a miracle that I'm alive. But I have to eat at least 2 good meals a day. I have to. And if I don't take my medication, I'm done. But hey, that's just my story. Let me see, I'll read some other stuff here. When people get hungry, it's gonna be a problem. What else? But yet they find millions and billions for unaliving people at war. The judgment will be harsh for these demons. Remember how scared the politicians were supposedly on shutting the government down in the years before? This time, neither side cares about the blame. This is because this, like all else happening, is part of the plan to get us to digital currency. And I said that the other day in a video just yesterday, that one of the biggest signs you can tell that the powers have everything in place is that we just had millions upon millions of people demonstrate on No King's Day. And hey, they still haven't reopened the government. That means they're not scared of us because they're gonna go through with their plan anyway, because protesting doesn't matter anymore. That's the conclusion I've come to. Because like this person said back in the day, they used to be scared. Now they're not. Why is that? Because the plan is already in place. Protesting is just an exercise. I hate to tell you guys that, but I believe that's what's going on. The government isn't coming back. They shut it down for the new reset, the new world order, the new world religion. They're already doing digital IDs in all other countries. America's next. You won't have a job if you don't get the new digital IDs, so you can't buy or sell. Is that what this is all about? Why they're bringing this thing? And again, we're talking November 1st, people. That's 11/11. And people are literally snapping.
Let's go! Everybody grab what you can. Y'all, they cut off the food stamps this morning. Government shutdown got folks losing it. Look at this. They done rushed the whole store. Shelves clearing out like it's the end of the world. Nobody.
Now this might be, just to put this out there like a spoof, people getting clickbait, but this very well could go on. And what a time to live in, where all this could have been prevented. The Lord feeds us with his spirit. However, we are human beings. We do have to eat. And a lot of people got caught up in the snare, using and misusing the system. And now the 666 plan, it appears to me, is in full effect. Let me know what you think in the comments section. All aspects. Thank you. God bless.